and I just wanted to do another really quick video while my favourites video was uploading, just to update you on how my Tysabri is going. I am now in week 8, I think it is, or my 9th week technically. I had my 3rd infusion on Friday, and I'm pleased to report that I am not having the headaches that I had at all. I did react quite badly this time. This is definitely the worst reaction I've had whilst having the treatment and during the hours after, since I started. About halfway through my infusion, I noticed that my sight was going a little bit weird, and but that can happen normally anyway. And then it moved on to pins and needles in my hand, really bad, my right hand, and then the pins and needles turned to complete numbness, and the numbness feeling went all the way around the right side of my body, never touching the left, and it went all like into my legs, into my feet, into my toes, and then back up around my arm, and then up my neck, across my chest, and then it was in like my face. It went from the back of my head to the front, and even in my mouth, like my tongue, it was like you know when you get you go to the dentist and you have to have anesthesia and it goes all numb and a bit silly. It was like that, and my face actually drooped a little bit, which wasn't glamorous. But yeah, on my tongue, it was like like straight down the middle. It was only on the right hand side, and it felt like it was swollen and it was numb and horrible. And then that feeling went down my throat, which I had to be careful that I wouldn't panic about, because that might cause me to, you know, and then I wouldn't be able to breathe, and that wouldn't be very nice. But I knew it comes and goes sometimes anyway, that kind of feeling. But to have it all at once whilst I was having the treatment was a little bit scary. And yeah, and then it just turned into sickness and headaches, and it was, the migraine was so bad that I was like in tears on the boat back. I felt awful. I felt so awful, and I just came home and just went straight to bed. And yeah, I went to pick up my son on the way home from the ferry, and my good friend Scarlett, I can always count on her, and the first thing she said to me was, "I love you, but you look like shit." So thanks, Scarlett, but she's great. And yeah, so that was my first. I mean, when I had the infusions before, I did feel a little bit weird, a little bit headachy, but it went, like my last infusion went brilliantly. I just had a little bit of a headache afterwards, but by the evening I was fine. I was even close to going to the gym, but I didn't. The next day after that particular infusion, I did go to the gym, but not this time, because I did react so badly and I felt so awful. Yesterday and Saturday, I just took it very easy. As much as I really wanted to go to the gym, I just took it very easy. And yeah, then today I was supposed to be going out today, but those plans are cancelled, so I'm taking it easy again. I can't go to the gym today whether I like it or not, because I've just washed my gym stuff, so I'm a little bit annoyed about that. Yeah, so far so good on the relapse side of things. Still absolutely, touch wood, still absolutely nothing. So this has got to be the longest that I have gone without a relapse for, well, since I was diagnosed. Because even on the Capaxone, even though I wasn't relapsing so bad that I needed steroids, I was still having like these weird mini relapses that would only last a couple of weeks. But yeah, I was still relapsing over and over again. But this time it's like nothing. And I don't want to jinx it or anything, but yeah, it's going really well. And now that I'm not having these headaches anymore, I mean, yeah, I did feel awful, and I felt so bad that I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Only once a month, but why on earth would I put myself through it? It's such a pain. I think what makes it worse is that I have to travel very far for it. It's not just a long car journey. It's car journey, then ferry, which takes an hour. And this time of year on the ferries, indescribable. Just full of old people and tourists, and they wouldn't bother me so much. And it's more the old, I will say it is more the old people than the tourists. It wouldn't bother me so much if they weren't so rude. Like, they will literally sit in your lap. There's only so much space on these ferries anyway, and I'm still not well enough and confident in myself to go over on the jet as a foot passenger and get like a taxi up there and a taxi back, especially how awful I felt on the ferry home this time. I mean, I was throwing up and it was awful. I had to lie down. Luckily on the ferry back there was enough room that I could not outstretch lie down, but I could just like kind of tuck myself up, and people were probably looking at me like a weirdo, but I don't care. But yeah, that's all to report on the reaction side of things. My MS has been a little bit weird, but I'm hoping that it is just the sudden awesome weather that we're having. It's great. It's actually summer. It's wonderful. I love it. My MS is brilliant in the sun. It does make me a lot more tired, but I feel so much better in myself, and pain wise it really, really helps with the pain. Even though my fatigue just goes through the roof, still, like, the pain numbing, it just was wonders for me. It's great. But yeah, getting confused a lot, forgetting words, you know, the cognitive side of things, that's still a little bit weird, but my body is still getting used to this new drug, so it is still very early days technically. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with it. Very happy, apart from that reaction. Obviously, I'm not happy about that, but yeah, really, really good. And thank you, Vern, for your comment. That was really uplifting and really, really helpful. And I hope you'll be following my videos in future, so that hopefully I will be in your position one day. And obviously, even though my MS wasn't as bad as yours was when you started, but as my drug consultant said, it should have been. You know, I medically I should be in a wheelchair. Medically I shouldn't be able to walk, and you know, all this stuff. And at the time you don't really, it doesn't really sink in. You're just like, whatever, just get on with it kind of thing. But sometimes it does hit me, like how bad it can be sometimes and how sick I can be sometimes. So, but I think for as long as I just say fuck you MS, I'm sorry about my language, but fuck you, then it can just do what it wants in the background, and I'm just going to carry on with my life, whether it likes it or not. So yeah, that's my Tysabri journey into my 9th week. So yeah, week 8, and so far so good. I'll see you guys soon.